Just
We are live. There's been a lot of shit that's been going days that have kind of opened up some plays that are like kind of made you adjust your cash line or maybe adjust your line in general. This is kind of what
you're lagging, Chris.
has yeah, but there's a lot of like. What about now?
You're lagging. You have T-Bell internet, dude.
What the fuck?
Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, okay, we're good. I don't know.
Okay.
As soon as you said we're going live, you were just like, whoa, like fucking robot. Like you were stealing the combination KFC Taco Bell internet. You're half black, half Mexican right now. Anyway, before someone reports us for being racist, we'll go
on. My router should be fine, but if you guys didn't hear what I said in the first couple minutes, first couple minutes of that, got a lot of changes that have kind of adjusted my cash line and maybe adjusted Hunter's cash line. I don't really know how much he's really. Yeah.
Really.
He has some really strong feelings about some plays in my lineup at the moment.
The roast is coming in.
So what I had immediately was I took out Ryan Matthews. I took out Golden Tate. Did I have Jordan Reed in this lineup?
Yeah, you didn't have Todd Gurley. You had someone else besides Todd Gurley. And I was trying not to roast you, but it was kind of inevitable that you're going to get roasted.
Oh, I had LaShawn McCoy.
Right, which is fine. Which was fine 2 days ago, which is exactly who I had 2 days ago.
So I had this a second ago, which I don't think is that bad. I kind of like it a lot. But the more I think about it, the more I kind of think that Todd Gurley might get 30.
Here comes the roast session, is where Jared Goff was just this is the first of many roasts. Jared Goff was just declared out, which means Todd Gurley is guaranteed 30 rushing attempts. That's my opinion. I mean, and when we're talking about week 1, you're talking about attempts equal points and points equal money because we don't know what's happening yet. So the more targets, the more attempts, etc., the more chances to produce equal more points. That's at least the theory. So if Todd Gurley's going to get 25 to 30 carries, even average Trent Richardson with 30 carries would get 90 yards in a game.
Yep.
That's the scary thing. And we're talking about a running back who's 3 times better than Trent Richardson. That's why I think Todd Gurley starting off with the running backs is absolutely unfadable. Beyond unfadable. He's scary.
Cash games or just
in anything. I don't think GPP or cash games if you fade Todd Gurley in either, you're probably autistic. You're lagging, Chris. But
I guess I was autistic a second ago, so I kind of feel.
But you know what I'm saying is that this dude is going to get 25.
He's going the fuck off.
He's getting DeMarco Murray carries, which means all he has to do is either one good run of 30 or one touchdown. That's all he needs, and he's going to hit you 15 points guaranteed. Like, if he gets one touchdown, 15
I think he's getting 20 plus. That might be a guarantee.
Oh, yeah. But still, value is 9,000. We're looking for 15.5 points. Unfadable. 30 carries. Absolutely retarded versus San Francisco's defense.
Okay, so let's talk in Todd Gurley and for just about everything. And then I'm looking at more here. And it says that Julio Jones is limited participant in practice this week, but plans on playing week 1.
He will play, but
I think he's playing. I don't know, man. If he's feeling hobbled, I don't know how much I feel about it, especially with all the good receivers on this slate, like Golden Tate.
He always has that Q next to his name, questionable. Oh, and his hamstring in practice, but I think we can start off with saying Antonio Brown. I think we should just start off with unfadables, and Antonio Brown is unfadable, and a cash or GPP.
Okay, let's just he's already in the line. Let's do this.
Right. I think that's fair. that's a super fair assumption that Antonio Brown is going to go the fuck off. Antonio Brown could be against Alcatraz and get 25 Fanduel points. Like, this dude is retarded. Like, you just don't stop this dude. This dude is the El Chapo of NFL. That's all I have to say. Especially with Le'Veon Bell out. Like, he's retarded.
Yeah. So I think he's a must. I think once you get down to Julio, Amari, Golden Tate, that area, I think you can kind of differentiate. I think Julio is probably the safest if he's good to go. But now I don't know if he's good to go or if he's feeling 100%. If you get 100% Julio on any week, especially against Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay in the dome, it's kind of stupid.
He should probably go the fuck off. And I would probably consider him a really good play.
Most weeks, I agree.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how that is really looking at the moment. Then we got Jordan. We got some other people here. Jamal Charles brought up Spencer Ware, who I think everybody's on in cash games now. I know you don't like it too much, but
I don't like Spencer Ware. I don't. There's okay. So if you're playing a quarterback that is Dak Prescott-ish. Okay, because you like Dak Prescott, I'm not going to go roast that yet. We'll save that for 5 minutes from now. I'm going to roast anyone who thinks Dak Prescott is good. But if you're playing a quarterback like Dak Prescott, there is going to be no reason for you to save on a second running back because your other wide receivers, like you are going to, go. I don't want to say Golden Tate is an absolute lock. But for 6,900 and a dude who's going to get 15 targets, he's pretty much as close as an absolute lock as you get, right?
He's a really good play.
Yeah, like for cash games, if we're talking cash games,
yeah,
he's gonna get 12 targets easy, guaranteed. Like this is like guaranteed numbers. Like he will get at least 8 receptions.
I can agree on Tate.
And like I'm not saying like you don't have to play him, especially if you want to differentiate. Differentiate. We're gonna try that again.
It's okay.
Like if you want to go like it's in the same price range, you have Jeremy Maclin, who is a target genius. He's an absolute god. Jordan Matthews is fine. Willie Snead is even fine if you like. That's kind of like a super deep cash play, but I wouldn't fall that deep. Corey Coleman, the GOAT. But I digress away from that.
I kind of have so I'm gonna
and
go.
Mark Cooper.
I'm gonna switch screens real quick. Give me a second. You guys are gonna see my face. I'm sorry. Let me fix this real quick. So I know this is really ghetto, but this is what I kind of had here. Kind of what I have broken down so far. Is that working?
Can you hear me hitting my beer can against my head? Looking at that QB that you have?
Okay. Okay, we'll see. Okay, ignore that for now. The other ones I had on here were like Kirk Cousins and fucking Big Ben.
Big Ben's the obvious cash game play, but you don't have to play Big Ben, guys. But obvious as a kid.
So this is where I go with cash game. Fucking running backs. The way I'd probably rank them is Gurley 1, Coy 2, Ware 3, Matthews 4. If price wasn't a thing, I would play these two every time.
Right.
When you consider value, I like Ware a little more. I also love Ryan Matthews.
Ryan Matthews is more of the wild card-ish play because you don't know.
He is.
We don't know what I would rank Ware ahead of Matthews just because we don't know what we're getting out of Matthews.
That's what I had. I had Gurley, McCoy, Ware, and the Matthews.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're getting out of that yet. But I agree with all those. Those are fine.
And then wide receiver, Browns the clear cut number 1, Julio 2, Tate and Cooper kind of move back and forth. You can play all three. You can play a mixture of these since we have so much salary.
Right.
Then you got some wild cards like Marvin Jones and Tajay Sharp, who you can kind of throw in there.
Especially on Draftkings, you could throw Tajay Sharp at it because he's mid-price.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
He's so cheap on there.
Right.
Tight end, there's only 2 options for me: Jordan Reed, Kobe Fleener.
Yeah.
Kicker, Crosby or whatever. Whatever.
Kicker is not whatever. If you guys didn't watch my Graham Gano video today, fuck you all. But Mason Crosby has the best matchup. But he's not playing in a dome, so I think Dan Bailey actually has the best matchup. If Tony Romo was the quarterback, insta lock. But
I like that.
unfortunate.
And then defense, I think Rams the best value you can get. I think Cardinals you get a really good bang for your buck, and I think Texans is like somewhere where like everybody like they say Texans is a good play. They're just on everyone's radar. So this is kind of how I see in the cash game strategy so far after what I'm seeing. QB. Okay, I know you don't like Dak Prescott. I'm probably just gonna keep playing him anyways. But you can go ahead and like shit on him if you want and call everyone retarded and shit if you want.
I'm gonna call everyone. I swear to God, I must have called 50 people on Twitter with at least 2,000 plus followers retarded this week. Dak Prescott is the most obvious play in NFL DFS history. It's like, okay, guys, let's start off with this. You're taking a quarterback who's going to have a pass cap of at least 25 attempts. If he is an average NFL quarterback, he'll complete 60 of those. 17, 16-ish completions, right? It's 15, I believe. If I do my math right. I believe it's 15, but anyway, I digress. Yeah, it is 15. If he completes those 15 passes for an NFL average 10 yards per pass, he's going to get 150 yards. No interceptions, no fumbles. We're going to assume the greatest for him. It's 5 points, which means he needs to get one touchdown pass in there to get 9 points. If you're relying on a quarterback to get 9 points, or if he got 13, if he completed 2 touchdown passes on 15 attempts for 150 yards, Aaron Rodgers would be knocking at his door saying, "Yo, fam, how you do that?" But I digress. If he does somehow do that, 13 points is a super top shelf, upside, unbelievable game from Dak Prescott, passing wise, which makes him such a terrible, terrible cash game play. You're talking about a dude whose upside is value. That's the problem that I have with Dak Prescott. And maybe you want to say something about that, but like it's just so egregious that people think that like upside. If he gets 10 points, I'll be happy. Like that's not good. Like 13 points is his cap, guys. Yay. Like maybe you want to shed some light on this for me from something I haven't seen for the last 2 weeks.
Okay. He's really dynamic. So I think you also get some rushing upside with
Blaine
him.
Gabbert has more rushing upside than Dak Prescott statistically. Sadly, he also had a 100-yard rushing game last year, but I digress.
Okay, that's fair.
He is the GOAT.
But there's no denying that Dak Prescott has versatility and rushing upside.
But there's no deny. Okay, and here's where I say Blaine Gabbert was like the tweet. I want to pull up the exact tweet to me from NFL.com. I want to pull up the exact statistics so I don't get this wrong. There's a lot of mentions today, so just bear with me for half a second. Rolling.
Also, guys, posting the CFB loot soon. So get ready, Al. Get ready to play on this corrupted ass site.
1 second.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and fill in a lineup for Draftkings.
I want to pull up this exact. I should have this ready because I knew that this is the argument people always said. Okay, Blaine Gabbert for NFL.com. Blaine Gabbert had 4 of the fastest recorded field times for QBs last year. Only other was Mariota.
Okay.
So when we talk about versatility, like if you look at Blaine Gabbert's stats, like if we're talking about versatility, 6 carries, 75 yards, 4 carries, 22. Like there's no versatility argument here, in my opinion, because
true.
Blaine Gabbert is faster. Blaine Gabbert does like to roll out, but although he's in a different offense.
Okay, fair, but like I'm not saying that Blaine Gabbert isn't. All I'm saying is that Dak Prescott has versatility. That's all I'm saying. Like he has versatility to make him to basically exceed that price tag that he has on him.
Right, but your question is that does an offensive coordinator who has considerably a top 5 running back, the best offensive line for running in the NFL, do they let Dak Prescott roll out or do they give the ball to Zeke? And if you assume that his pass cap is 25, You also have to. I mean, what do you think his passing cap is? How many pass attempts do you think they let him take?
I don't. That's a Okay, I guess you could say that's a mystery, but
if
I
you
just
had to
feel
guess, if you were an offensive coordinator with
20 to 25 maybe.
So do you think
20,
they're
25.
gonna, if they're only gonna let him throw the ball 20 to 25 times, do you think they're gonna let him command the offense by rolling out? Like the Browns never let Johnny Manziel roll out in his first couple games.
He's gonna need to roll out because
He's behind the best offensive line in the NFL. I don't.
like he's gonna need to fucking put some play action. He's probably
There
gonna get
is
some
going to be
lot of
play
yards
action.
on
There's
some
going to be
shit
like
like
play
that.
action, like bootlegs out, but it's going to all be like tight
Yeah.
end strike, 12-yard pass, or under screens. Like it's not going to be anything that.
I just feel like the Giants are just not a good defense as to where there'll be so many there'll be a decent amount of red zone opportunities for him to either get a touchdown. If he gets a touchdown, he's pretty much already at value in any way.
Right.
If he gets a rushing touchdown, he's good to go.
Right. Well, that's different. Okay, if he gets a rushing touchdown, he's good to go. The chances that I would have to tell you are just not good. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, about the same chance of actually less chance of Blaine Gabbert being a rushing touchdown, sadly, in my opinion. But that's a different story. Blaine Gabbert's 6'5", 250 pounds, bigger than Cam Newton. But that's a different story also. I'm the Blaine Gabbert truther right now, I guess. Anyway, I don't see the opportunity for Dak Prescott to either. So here's where I differentiate between Blaine Gabbert and Dak Prescott, like in the real world, in real numbers, is that Blaine Gabbert is going to be guaranteed 30 passes. On a normal game, he's going to be guaranteed 40 passes. On a super, we're getting our ass kicked by the LA Rams because our defense is 32nd in the NFL, he's guaranteed 50 passes. I'm going to take those numbers every single minute of every single day over a rookie quarterback who never thrown an NFL pass, who's going to be on a pass limit with one of the best offensive rushing lines in the NFL, who's going to be feeding the ball to a running back. That's just my opinion. Also, we still don't know what the 49ers running game is going to be because Carlos Hyde, he's going to still be on a snap count, and his two backups are both out. So
what you're saying is no DeJuan Harris hype?
There should be. I think if you don't think there's DeJuan Harris hype and what I just said, you're crazy, because Carlos Hyde is going to be on a snap count. His two backs are out. DeJuan Harris is going to be the third down back, and he's got to get extra rushing attempts because Carlos Hyde's on a snap count.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, I think this is where either way, I think this is where I'm heading with the majority of my cash games. I just think it's pretty solid all around.
We're still not over this whole Dak Prescott thing. I'm not over this.
No, we're not. Okay.
The real question is on DraftKings. You're talking about DraftKings where you get extra. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you get extra points if you have 250 passing yards on DraftKings. Correct?
I can check for you. 300-yard passing game.
So who is going to give you the better chance to get a 300-yard passing game for the same exact price?
I guess you could say Blaine Gabbert.
Or Blaine Gabbert. No, you can't guess. Because there's going to be one guy getting 40 on average. He's getting 40 pass attempts.
I mean, like that offense is
one guy on average who's going to get 20. Do you think Dak Prescott is going to throw an average of 30 yards per complete or 28 yards per completion?
I'm just scared who are the Niners going to be throwing to. That's what I'm scared. Like
Vance McDonald and Torrey Smith, the best deep threat in the NFL. Are you kidding me?
Okay, but you can't go deep every single fucking play.
You can't. No. But you don't become an NFL professional wide receiver without being able to catch the ball, except Braylon Edwards and Greg Little, but I digress. Thank you, Cleveland Browns. You don't become
and Darius Hayward.
You don't become an NFL wide receiver without being able to throw the ball and run routes at least at a above average level. So when people say these types of things, and like obviously you look at their depth chart, it's terrible. They don't have Odell Beckham Jr. They don't have Julio Jones. They don't have, they don't have Corey Coleman on their roster. And that's that's a shot at the San Francisco wide receiving core, but they can still run routes. Like, they're going to catch the ball. But think of who did Blaine Gabbert have for his wide receivers last year? Vance McDonald wasn't even a tight end yet. They didn't have Vernon Davis. He was throwing passes. Like, he was throwing passes to Joe Blow out of the stands for tight end wise and the wide receiver wise. My God, that was one of the worst wide receiving cores in NFL history.
Actually, you know what's funny is the tight end last year for the Niners, Bruce Miller, just got fucking convicted of 7 felonies for attacking a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, and that was like you're talking about a dude, Blaine Gabbert, in 8 games threw for 2,200 passing yards, and he was throwing the ball to Bryce Miller.
Bruce Miller, look at he beat up a 70-year-old charged with 7 felonies.
Like, this is the type of things where, like, I understand. Like, okay, let me read you the wide receivers last year. Torrey Smith, Quentin Patton, Jerome Simpson, Bruce Ellington. Isn't he a running back? And DeAndre White.
They have the same receivers.
And they had Reggie Bush was their number 1 running back. And then Mike Davis.
Oh, I totally forgot about it. Is he still in the league?
Carlos,
Where the fuck is he?
yeah, this was from 11/1/2015. Carlos Hyde was their 4th running back behind Kendall Gaskins, Mike Davis, and Reggie Bush. But anyway, tight ends, Garrett Selleck. That was who it was. That was the GOAT last year, because I remember he caught a Monday night touchdown in one of those 2.
Oh, yeah. What are you talking about? I'm
playing him because he's Brent Selleck's brother. Oh, blah, blah. And he did that, and I was like, oh my God. But anyway, just because you don't have good wide receivers doesn't, paint the whole story.
Hey, Matt Jones, is he good to go?
Just to play, no. Like, to play in your lineup, no. But to play, yeah. To sit on my fantasy bench, absolutely, he's good to go.
Yeah, I have him on my fantasy bench too.
Let me just tape up his knees, give him a little butt cushion. He's roaring to go on my bench.
Yeah. All right, so this is what I got so far. Do you want to give people a preview of what you got so far, or are you just
because I hate you for playing Dak Prescott. Like, I'm not gonna get over the fact that you have Dak Prescott on your team.
Okay.
You don't understand. Like, there are 2 ways this goes. There is the way where Dak Prescott gets 9 points, and everyone who played Dak Prescott goes, "Oh wow, that was above what I expected." And then there's the way where Dak Prescott gets a fluke 40-yard rushing touchdown, and I sit here and I will literally kill myself before I read Seth Yates' Dak Prescott greatest of all time tweet, because I will just be so hurt inside that a fluke was the reason Dak Prescott hit value. Like, I would be so hurt inside. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It'd be like getting beat. It'd be like if 2 females ran the table against you at beer pong, and you had to do the naked mile after 2 females beat you. Like, it would be like, I'd be that suicidal. I would jump off the bridge.
Okay.
But
oh man. Okay. Well, that's Hunter's thoughts. Those are my thoughts. We'll probably do like a reaction on Tuesday or Wednesday, just right after the Monday night game or something like. Maybe even right after
we'll do a live Dak Prescott camera view in.
Just to react, just like what do you think or whatever. That'd be so fucking funny.
I would kill I will literally. You need to put Kobe Fleener in there and play Blaine Gabbert, and I don't like you right now.
Okay. All right. We differ. We'll see what happens.
I'm out.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Hunter. We'll probably do this again later. But for the 10 people that are watching, which I'm actually surprised.
Okay. I see you.
We will. Okay, we will. We will.
It's like me saying I'm never going to Chick-fil-A again, because I know I will.
All right. Well, shout out to the 10 people that actually viewed this thing. We'll see you guys later. And Twitters are in the description now.
And Trump 2016. Hitlery for jail.
All right.